Are you in pain?
Yes.
How long has your pain been going on?
I guess since early 2000, you know, the turn of the century.
It's a long time. And how have you treated your pain?
I have tried different kinds of modalities. Amongst them, I went to the pain management clinic in Kingston, and then eventually went to visit a massage therapist, and then also I do yoga.
Okay. And do you mind telling me your story and how I know you've had some surgeries and a lot of injuries. Do you want to tell me about them?
Yeah, in 2003 I fell and broke my hip, and then in 2005, after walking around for 2 years in pain and really feeling that I was never going to be okay again, I had a second surgery. I had a revision of that hip. And at that point, I met a massage therapist. I had been seeing another one, and she recommended that I go for the surgery. So I did, and I began to feel better, and I was doing rehab, and then I decided I'd go back to yoga, and I've been going for regular massage treatments.
So I know you also hurt your back. Do you mind telling me about that?
I fell flat on my back with when I was playing with my granddaughters, and it seems to that particular pain seems to have emanated from that point on. So at that point, I think it was around then that I went to the pain management clinics, and they were using injections. And when they wanted to inject my back, because I was also having pain in my hips, this was after the hip surgery. I'm trying to remember the sequence. When they wanted to inject my back, that's when I said, no, I really don't want anybody fooling around with my back. So
what were they injecting you with?
I think it was steroids and cortisone. Yeah,
okay.
Cortisone treatments. So it just didn't feel natural and right.
Yeah. And in this process of having like 2 hip surgeries and a back injury, in addition to massage and yoga, were you taking any prescriptions for your pain?
No.
That's amazing.
I was taking, I would take a Tylenol, because I was told not to. Aleve was the best, but Tylenol was acetaminophen was the one that really helped.
That's great. And would you say every day you have pain, what would you say your daily pain level is from 1 to 10?
Probably it stays in the 5 to 6 range, but as I say, when I get busy, and if I'm sitting in the wrong way, then I know that I hurt. And I usually sit on an exercise ball in front of the computer, because that seems to help.
Great. And how would you say, can you explain a little bit how massage has helped your pain so much?
I don't really know how it helps, but it's very painful. It's not a relaxing massage at all, but it seems to release where I hold the tensions, and that seems to help.
And so you say you do yoga and you play with your grandchildren. It sounds like you're able to stay pretty active through your pain?
Yes, definitely.
And would you say staying active through pain kind of helps your pain?
Definitely. When I've been traveling and I'm sitting a lot, I feel very stiff and I can't move.
Great. Well, it's wonderful that you're able to stay so active through
Yeah.
it. So how would you say pain, because you've been in pain every day for a long time, how would you say that pain has affected your daily life?
Very little.
That's great.
I don't let it get into my head and bother me.
So you wouldn't say it's affected your relationships or anything much?
Not really.
Great. And so what do you do with your time?
What do I do with my time? I go to yoga practice. I like to make art, so I make art I have a studio. I visit with friends. I walk. I take care of my husband, who is not well, and visit, read. I go to meetings. I go to a lot of support groups.
I guess I'm curious, you seem to be getting through your pain with such a positive outlook. Do you have any idea where that outlook came? Did you have like a period of despair about any of it, or did you just push through?
I just pushed through because I guess I was raised to not be, I was going to say not to be a sissy, but you fell, you got up, you dusted yourself off, and you kept on going. And I guess I grew up that way and just kept on doing it.
So you have a very high tolerance for pain, I'm sure.
Yes, I do. That I do.
And if you could give people in pain one tip of advice, what would you say?
Keep moving. Keep moving. Definitely keep moving. Whatever it is, just keep doing it. My mother had arthritis when she was very old. And I remember I was doing my yoga practice in those days too. And one of my teachers told me, just tell your mom to, whatever she can do. And I've remembered that, and I'm applying it to myself because I'm probably her age when she first started getting it. I just feel that I'm not going to let it get me down, so I just ignore it and keep on going. I do my yoga practice. I usually have to go to class to do my yoga practice because I'm lazy. And then I walk, I visit with friends, I write, I make art. What else do? I clean house, do the dishes, take care of my husband. I do what everybody else does during the day to keep going.
How often do you get massage treatments?
I get massage treatments once a month now. I started out, I was getting every 3 weeks, maybe sometimes every 2. Depends on how things are going. If I've been away from Carrie for a while, things start to not fall apart, but tighten up, and then I can't move. And that's one of the things that I'm not going to let happen.
Well, great. And how often do you go to yoga?
I go to yoga twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week.
It's wonderful. And are you able to really keep up with the classes? Is there anything you can't do?
No, because the classes are really geared. I always start with the beginners classes, and I think I've been doing this for 40 years. But wow. I feel that it's something that I'm challenging myself. I'm not competing with anybody. So as I've gotten older, there are things I can't do. Like I don't do the shoulder stand anymore because that made my back do funny things. And but I can do practically everything else.
Great.
Oh, that's so impressive. You've been doing yoga for 40 years?
I think so.
Wow.
That's so inspirational.
That's so inspirational.
Yeah, because I started as a young woman and I loved it.
Yeah.
Always loved it.
That's probably hugely why you're so functional in being
Yeah,
at a
I think
level
so.
5 or 6 pain.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's amazing.